Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Chase. Welcome back to a brand new video. Earlier this week, I let you guys vote on a poll on what you wanted the next top 5 or ranking video to be, and you all selected the top 5 favorite seasons in Siege. Now, if you didn't know, basically a season is just an operation. It's like the 3-month period where the new operators come out, etc. So when it comes to these seasons, it is definitely going to be very opinionated because everyone has their, favorite season where they do their best, or where they have the most memories, where their favorite operators came out of, all of that stuff. So basically, I'm just going to be sharing my memories, my stories, my thoughts on what was patched during these seasons, and all of that. The 2 operators released and the maps released will also be a huge factor in if these seasons are one of my favorites. So guys, once again, please just keep in mind that this list is going to be very opinionated, so don't go commenting down below attacking me or other people's opinions, because you'll just look like a dick. We're not going to have any honorable mentions today, so we're just going to go ahead and jump into number 5 on my list, and it is going to be Operation Black Ice. Now, Black Ice definitely holds a special part in my heart because of, it being the first DLC season. That alone, I think, puts it on the list for me, because I'll never forget when Buck and Frost came out. I was actually super excited for the new yacht map, everything. Just like, I had just started Siege like 3 months ago, and we're already getting into the new shit. All of the things that Ubisoft added in this were super cool at the time, but now, and looking back, yacht isn't that great, and it just wasn't that wholesome. But the memories and the nostalgia that I have for this season definitely puts it up at 5. I'll never forget when the Super 90 was like really fucking broken, and it was called the Sniper 90, and you could literally shoot from halfway across the map with it. Frost was one of the best defenders in the game, if not the best, because of it. And then people weren't really knowing how to play Buck too much yet, and where the game hadn't been out that long, no one knew how to really control his recoil because it was the worst recoil in the game. But like I said, once again, basically Black Ice is on this list mainly just for the memories and nostalgia. Coming in at number 4 on the list, I have Operation Parabellum, and this is mainly just because that's kind of when my channel started to blow up, was the end of Operation Parabellum and kind of near the start of Grim Sky. Basically, this is where I had the most fun with Siege, probably. I got to meet a lot of new people, and I kind of tried this season in the pro scene. Not pro scene, but competitive scene. And I got to I think Gold 1 or Plat 3, can't remember. But I do definitely remember this as the last time I actually tried in Ranked. I don't necessarily like playing Ranked too much. I absolutely love the 2 operators that they added in Maestro and Alibi. Maestro is a game-changing operator, and the LMG was such a great addition to the defense, while Alibi was just super cool and something the game hadn't seen before. You also have to look at that Villa is actually a pretty good map, even though it's super fucking big, and the fact that they reworked Clubhouse. Siege did a lot of work this season. We got 2 new defenders, we got a lot of stuff patched, and then on top of that, we got a new map and basically a map rework in the new Clubhouse. There were just so many positive changes that came out of Parabellum that it has to be somewhere on a top 5 list. Coming in at number 3 on the list, we have Operation Chimera. Now, Operation Chimera definitely holds a special place in my heart because this is when Siege started to get revived again for me. Now, I played Velvet Shell a lot, and I played a little bit through Operation Health, probably till almost the end of it. But as soon as it hit Blood Orchid and White Noise, I just didn't play Siege that much in year 2. However, as soon as Operation Chimera hit, I tried out the Outbreak event, which is a huge plus to this season. I loved it. I wanted to get back into Siege. Basically, the Outbreak event was super creative, and I liked it. I liked all the Outbreak packs that came with it, and Outbreak did so good that they're literally even making a spin-off game on it. Now, I wish they would have just brought the event back in the game, but this is clearly for cash reasons that they're making this game. As for Lion and Finka definitely changes the game. I've always said that we needed kind of a Doc but on attack, and Finka kind of fits that role, but not really. As for Lion, he was broken for so long, but he was a very fun operator to use. This is kind of when I started taking editing seriously too. This was way before I blew up. I started taking editing a little bit more seriously, and I actually wanted to work on my videos, and you can see that in some of the old videos that were during Operation Chimera. But mainly the only reason Chimera is this high is because of the Outbreak event. I absolutely love the Outbreak event and all of the things that you could do in it. I thought it was super creative on Ubisoft's part and something that I would have never expected them to do in a million years. Coming in at number 2, it really pains me to put this here, but there's one more season that's just astounding compared to this one, and it is Operation Red Crow. Red Crow is when I started playing on PC. Before this, I had always played on console since the beta, played on the Xbox One, but this was the first season that I actually delved in to Siege on the PC. It's probably one of the best times I've ever had playing a video game. There's a group that I play PC games with and will always play PC games with likely, and this is when we were all into the game. We loved it. We loved doing a 5-man stack, going into casual, and just being fucking idiots. Skyscraper at the time was one of my favorite maps, and nothing will match the nostalgia I have for this season. It's just super freaking crazy. Like I said earlier in the video, memories that we have during these seasons will definitely play a huge role within this, and this is what I was talking about. Red Crow, I have so many memories playing that it's not even funny. And we haven't even got into Echo and Habana yet, who are two of the strongest operators in the game still, and they just came such a far way. Habana was a much needed operator at the time because teams were kind of finding a way to counter Thermite, and it would give, a little bit of an option to, hey, not pick Thermite. And then Echo was a super cool, just, out of nowhere thing that no one would have expected. A drone that, hovers around, goes invisible, sticks to walls, stuff like that. It's just really, really cool. Granted, Echo wasn't what he was now. He was really, really bad, actually. But those of you who did play Echo back then and mained him back then, like me, you are so happy to see how far he's came. This was also the season that, Tachanka got his new buff and that Bartlett University was added to the game. That was super, super cool. Tachanka's buff, where his shield was put on by Mira. We got a hint at who Mira would be in the next season. Bandit got his 4th battery. There's just a lot of positives that came out of Red Crow that people don't realize came out of Red Crow. Lastly, coming in at number 1, I have Operation Velvet Shell. Now, a lot of you probably expected this to be here. It is a fan favorite season, but this season is so, so great. I love everything about Operation Velvet Shell. If you go way back to some of my oldest videos, you'll notice that, Velvet Shell is when I started taking Siege serious and that I started editing and actually trying to record to get Siege videos out. Velvet Shell is kind of when I realized I like Siege a lot and I see myself playing this for a very, very long time. Keep in mind that Coastline came out this season and, in my opinion, is still one of the best maps in the game. It is so beautiful to look at, but it's also very, very fun to play, and it's not wonky like Fortress or Tower. Also, in the mid-season reinforcements, Glass's Scope got the infrared buff. That kind of broke the game at the time and made one of the funniest, Anthony Pitt videos in a long time, Nerf Glass. Also, during the season, the technical test servers were added in, which were super, super cool, and were very, very necessary to, the eventual add of Operation Health the next season. We also haven't even discussed the operators yet who are super, super badass and just completely game-changing. For one, Mira. Mira is obviously one of the best anchors in the game, has been ever since her release. No gadget, I will always say this, no gadget will ever change the game like Mira's Black Mirror did. It was just absolutely astounding how much of a difference that made for defenses at the time. Then you also have Jackal, who when he was revealed, just literally everyone freaked out because of how cool it was that he could scan people's footprints and track them down that way through an active ping. Both Jackal and Mira are still some of the most powerful operators in the game, and it's kind of wild to think about it. Velvet Shell and Red Crow are basically the only 2 seasons that I have absolutely loved playing Siege and will never forget, while the others are, better seasons of Siege in my opinion. So comment down below what your guys' favorite seasons are in Siege, some of your memories that you had playing those seasons, stuff like that. I would love to see those and read all of them. Keep in mind this whole list was my opinion, so don't go down in the comments being like you're a fucking retard. And with that out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Peace.